Hey guys, in today's episode we go over 5 things coming in the update on July 1st, all that and more in today's episode of Clash World. Hey guys, it's Legendaray here, and welcome back to another episode of Clash Worlds. In this weekly show, we take a look at the most recent announcements from the Clash Royale team, the hottest topics in CR eSports, as well as what's going on in the community. Then, we'll finish off the episode by breaking down the meta and featuring my off-meta deck of the week. If you're enjoying Clash Worlds, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of every new video that comes out. Also, go check me out on Instagram and Twitter. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the first section. New in the Arena. New in the Arena is where we find out about what the Supercell team has been up to this past week. Now, first things first, as you may have seen in the title, I said that the update should be dropping on July 1st. Now, this isn't a 100% confirmed date, and of course Supercell has delayed the update date in the past, but I will explain why I strongly believe that this is going to be when the update is supposed to drop. First things first, the update seems to be a season-based update, with hashtag Clash Royale Season 1 written on almost every single piece of update information so far. Since I believe this will be an addition to latter seasons, it only makes sense to implement the update right as the season resets. Secondly, July 1st will be a Monday. You know what happens on the first Monday of each month? Balance changes. Now, you might ask, balance changes don't always come with updates, but dig this. According to Seth, the dev team's nerf to Snowball requires an update to come to the game. So again, it only makes sense to drop this balance with an update to pair with, so players will only have to update their app once instead of twice. Last but not least, Supercell as a company takes a month-long vacation each year through the month of July. So again, they really need to get this update done and out with, and then they can finally go and have their month off. Anyway, now that I've gone over all the clues hinting that the update is dropping on July 1st, let's go over the 5 big changes that I know are coming in this update. Now of course, all the features that I will give are confirmed. That being said, we don't know the specifics of the features yet, so a lot of what I am about to say will just be speculation, but a lot of my guesses will be backed with proof. So anyways, let's get right into the list. Number 1. King Tower skins. So, as you know by this recent tweet by Clash Royale, they said this: what's coming in the next update? King Towers are getting a makeover. So basically, King Tower skins are coming to Clash Royale, as seen by this attached image. It's a king on some kind of aquarium, and at the bottom, you can just barely see the fin of what looks like a shark. I'm not sure if it has any significant meaning, but it is worth pointing out. That being said, I agree with Clash with Ash's opinion on the release of King Tower skins. I hope that Clash Royale begins to take the game into a more aesthetic-based way of making money than by trying to make money off a pay-to-win system. That way, the game can become a lot more free to play. But the big question is, how are these King Tower skins going to be unlocked? Will they be something unlockable in the shop for money or gems? Possibly, but I don't think so. I feel like they can be obtained in a much more interactive way while still requiring gems or money to do so, which relates to the second thing coming in the update. Number 2. Clash Royale seasons. Even though it isn't 100% confirmed yet, I strongly believe that these will be additions to the ladder. Not only will they be making seasons themed by changing up some of the rewards on Trophy Road, but I feel like these seasons can be taken much further, which I strongly hope they do in the upcoming update. So here's my theory. What's one way that they can do this? A battle pass. Now, before you go on in the comments and tear down this idea, think about this, okay? Clash of Clans recently released a similar gold pass concept, and it honestly works pretty well. It's a month-long series of challenges that you can complete to earn challenge points to eventually earn bigger and bigger rewards. However, if you buy Clash of Clans Gold Pass, you're not actually directly getting more rewards and making the game more pay to win. The game instead gives you boosts, from magic items to builder boosts to training boosts. And finally, at the end of the challenges, you unlock a hero skin, which is a feature that has been asked for a long time. You know what this sounds familiar to? King Tower skins. The new seasons might possibly contain a pass you can buy, possibly either an extension to the Trophy Road or a major addition to quests. One side, there will be the rewards that we all know and love, and on the other side can be obtained by the purchased pass. But again, that doesn't mean that the pass will make the game pay to win. I got a lot of comments in my previous video talking about how a battle pass would make the game pay to win. The side with the battle pass could include things such as emotes, as well as chest boosts and gold boosts, which don't directly give the player an advantage and still requires the player to play the game more. And somewhere along this can be a King Tower skin. Again, this is just my theory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3, new arena. So a new arena is coming in this update too, and it's strongly looking like some sort of boat arena. That being said, since Drew said that they're actually keeping the same amount of arenas on the ladder in the next update, I'd stick with the theory that this will not be an arena on the ladder. They're not going to be replacing an arena, and here's why. The leaked image has spectating troops, and if you look closely, none of the other arenas have troops spectating. However, you know what does? Touchdown. So maybe, just maybe, this will be some sort of completely new game mode, as the dev team has confirmed that they have been making several new game modes. Number 4, new card, and pretty much everyone has agreed on it being a troop that pulls others towards itself. This could be a sea themed card, but it's honestly interesting because if the boat arena isn't going to be added to the ladder, then it doesn't make sense at all. Now, this card is one that I actually don't have too much theory about, like what it'll look like, but again, let me know what you think this card will be in the comment section below. Number 5, melee troop rework. Now this is definitely a very interesting one, and is a reply on the Reddit by Drew. Let's take a look. In the next update, we will be including a whole bunch of balance changes, including a complete melee range balancing that affects a lot of cards with melee attacks. Now this is something that's definitely very interesting to say the least. So many cards in this game are considered melee cards, you know, Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and so on. So I'm not actually too sure as to which cards they're planning to affect with this change. As Drew confirmed, they are toning down on the amount of balances, and instead of balancing a ton of different cards each month, they'll do a few small balances with one big rework, and well, this melee rework sounds like just the one. Whoa, wow, that was an absolute mouthful, but as you can see, we can already infer a sizable amount of what could possibly be coming in this next update. According to the dev team, it's one of their favorite updates, so you gotta think that it's gonna be pretty good, considering that the past few updates have been pretty decent to say the least. I can't wait to see what we find out in the following days. Now that's gonna do it for New in the Arena. It's time to check out the eSports update. The eSports update is a segment where we take a look at the new and rising pro players as well as recent eSports competitions. This week, CRL season is already trending towards its second half, coming to a close rather soon actually. Now, taking a absolutely commanding lead is Complexity, being 2 wins ahead of any other team on the entire leaderboards. And second is SK, and then is followed by Pain Gaming, Fnatic, and Team Queso. Immortals actually isn't doing too hot this week, and they're actually completely out of the top 5. And the bottom 3 teams, Misfits, NRG, and Dignitas, are all at a 2 and 5 records and are very likely to not make it to playoffs. Now that we're caught up with the most recent esports news, let's check out the rising rumors. This week we have a very interesting new game mode idea for Clash Royale made by Legend921 on the Reddit. It's called Deck Swap. 70% of the time, you choose your deck and battle your opponent like normal, nothing different. 30% of the time, you and your opponent's decks are switched. Do you risk it and fill your deck with all spells, or play it like a normal game and hope your decks aren't swapped? Or do you make a deck that you know you can win with, but others will struggle to handle in case your decks are swapped? The choice is yours. Now, this honestly sounds like a pretty fun time, but again, I'm not too sure. That being said, it's an idea that I think Supercell should really take a look at and maybe even consider playtesting. Next up, we have a card idea by Clash Royale Card Ideas on Reddit, of course, and it's a zombie, a rare card unlockable in Spooky Town. As you can see, he's a resurrected barbarian who is a dear friend of the witch. He will fight for you while creating his zombie army. Every enemy he kills, another zombie appears. Now this, again, sounds like a very unique and interesting idea, and also is a mechanic that I want to try out. Now of course, the rarity in Elixir could be changed. Personally, I think it should be like a 4 Elixir Legendary, but the mechanic itself is definitely something that is very interesting and worth looking at. Now that we've covered the trending topics in the community, let's go ahead and break down the meta. This week's meta, again, due to the lack of major changes when it comes to balancing, is rather stagnant. Just like last week, the two most popular and dominant decks are Royal Giant and P.E.K.K.A. Control with the Ram Rider. On the side, we have Balloon Cycle, Hog Earthquake, Goblin Giant Poison, and some Mortar decks popping here and there. So that's the meta for you guys. Now let's check out the off-meta deck of the week. That's right, in each Clash World episode, we're going to be featuring one off-meta deck that works in the current meta. This week's deck was submitted by Mark Stevenson, and it's a Giant Skeleton Miner control deck. Now this deck relies on the synergies between Executioner and NATO, as well as Giant Skeleton NATO. Again, being a control deck, you will mainly be playing more defensively without making major commitments without a defense first. That being said, start off the match with something small, such as a Log Cycle, some Goblins, or even a Miner. It's a super fun deck to play, so without further ado, let's get right into a battle. Alrighty, so looks like this match is going to be against FKR, and well, he's not in a clan right now, but good luck to this guy nevertheless. So starting out this match, like I said, you can just go ahead and start off cycling some cheap cards in the back. So we'll go ahead and log right here, try and catch that Miner. There we go, we do manage to catch the Miner, and yeah, we can go ahead and NATO that Miner to the King's Tower the next time he tries to play it. So anyways here, let's see, let's go ahead and just cycle some bats in the back, and then hopefully send in a Miner right there in that safe spot. He's actually going to go with a Prince opposite lane, which is pretty good for us. And, ooh, he actually does not catch the Miner, which is good for us as well. And again, we're just going to go right here with that Giant Skeleton to go ahead and take care of that Prince. Now, note that I actually placed it as far over as I could have. That way, that Giant Skeleton will also pull that Valkyrie and take that Valkyrie out. As you can see, unfortunately, the Giant Skeleton bomb will, explode and miss that Valkyrie, but we do enough tankage to fully take that Valkyrie out. Anyways, here he's going to go with the Baby Dragon in the back. And, well, we'll just go ahead and go in with an Executioner right there, and oh wow, he actually manages to distract it with the Miner. Well played, but of course, NATOs to that King's Tower will just absolutely destroy that Miner right there, and Executioner will take care of that Baby Dragon. And here he has an Inferno Tower, which is definitely very interesting, but let's go ahead and go with a Miner, Goblin's push right there, and he's actually going to go with a Prince, which is perfectly fine, because look at that, the Miner's just going to get a ton of chip damage right there. And here, wow, the Executioner actually manages to take out the Prince, which is definitely really nice. And yeah, going into the second half of this match, things are just looking really good. We pretty much have control of this match, and because we have a super fast cycle, he can't really outcycle our cards. So anyways, let's go ahead and cycle our bats in the back right there. Let's go to High Executioner, because yep, as you can see, I knew he was going to go with a Miner, and I didn't want the Executioner to get caught by the Miner. So anyways here, double Elixir time hitting, and that means just we can be even more aggressive with our fast cycle deck. So anyways, Giant Skeleton down for the Valkyrie. Let's go and get some Goblins down, as well as a log onto that Prince. That was an absolutely terrible log, so I was actually going with a Miner right there, and oh my god, we screwed that Miner up just a little late, and right now he's actually right back into the game, and oh my god, that Inferno Tower is going to be so annoying. So anyways here, this is actually going to be a much more difficult matchup now that yeah, that Prince actually connected to the tower. Unfortunately, the bats do as well, which is not good at all. So we have to be very careful here. So here, let's go ahead and go with that Executioner. Let's go with a Miner in the back of the tower. Bats to distract the Inferno Tower right there. And yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get some sort of connection onto the tower right there. Giant Skeleton will take care of that Baby Dragon right there. And unfortunately, he manages to take out that Giant Skeleton. Really well played, but look at that. Valkyrie actually screws up right there. They're going to log that stuff out right there. And look at that. 2 Executioners down. Let's go with the Miner in the back, as well as some bats. That Prince is going to get absolutely obliterated right there. Hopefully get a little bit obliterated right there. But as you can see, the Miner chip damage is actually just so lethal. You don't even look at the Miner, but as you can see, it's put us right back into the damage lead. So here, let's go ahead and go with the Executioner right there. Let's see here. You might go in with a Miner, so okay, let's go log opposite lane, and then go ahead and shove a Giant Skeleton right into the face of that Valkyrie. We don't exactly have to defend the other lane too well, because obviously that lane is the one where you have more HP. So here, let's go with bats, as well as a Miner that'll try and DPS down that that Inferno Tower right there. And yeah, unfortunately that Inferno Tower does actually survive. Come on. Okay, the Inferno Tower actually goes down. Let's go to the pre-log right here, catching. Oh yes, let's go. We actually caught that right there, and oh my gosh, you had to ruin my fun right there. I just managed to catch that, and you had to absolutely just screw it up with the Valkyrie. So anyways, oh my god, let's actually go to the miner right there. Just barely catching that Valkyrie before it connects, but as you can see, his tower is just down to 416, which is either 2 poisons or at least 1 poison and a couple of miner hits. So let's go ahead and get that poison spell down. Bats obviously distracting that Inferno Tower. And again, all we have to do is cycle back to another miner, and we are going to be golden. So anyways, let's go with a log right there, taking care of the goblin gang. We send in that miner right there, bats down to distract, and there we go. He does not try and even catch that miner, and that's going to go ahead and take care of that tower. So there we go, guys. That was the off-meta deck of the week. It's a really fun deck to play, and the Executioner NATO combination, something that not many people expect anymore, but still can be very, very effective. If you want to submit your own deck to be featured, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. But unfortunately, guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.